Well, the market is, to say the least, a bit shaky. Interest rates have taken a dive. Where can you be sure of a decent return? You might want to consider life insurance. Yes, life insurance. Same expression I had on my face about 10 years ago when we said commodities. Joining me now is Joe Hyder, president of Dawson Wealth Management in Cleveland, and Adam Sherman, president of First Trust Financial Resources in Philadelphia. Dennis is with me as well. Joe, I'll start with you. Explain why you think this should be a new asset class for individuals, because we did hear that same thing a few years ago with commodities, which were then not an asset class for the general public. And it's turned out to be a big bet for a lot of people and a good one for people. Why life insurance now?
Well, it's simply taking the commodity that banks, corporations, and college endowments have been utilizing as a safe bet, long-term investment with high interest rates, virtually no volatility, and liquidity. And now we're simply looking at this as a potential for play for a portion of our clients' money and portfolios for safe long-term money.
And Adam, you agree that life insurance should be part of your portfolio. How much? What kind of a return should you expect, too?
Well, Sue, in today's volatile marketplace, with money markets at 2% and 5-year CDs at 3%, the current crediting rates of permanent life insurance policies are now 4 to 4.5%. So depending on the size of a client's portfolio, we would like anywhere between 5 to 10% allocated to this new asset class.
Dennis?
Wow. Hey, Joe, simple
Yes.
question. Do I have to die to reap a really good return on this investment?
No, you don't. The reality is, when Adam was talking about crediting rates in the 4 to 4.5% rate of return, it's very competitive with certificates of deposit and money market, but it has the dramatic added advantage that you pay no income tax on those gains ever if it's structured and the withdrawals are done properly.
Can I spend those gains, though, as I'm going while I'm alive, or could you spend those gains only after the policy pays off?
No, you can spend them while you're alive, which is the utilization that companies and banks have been utilizing for decades now to fund employee benefits and retiree benefits.
Okay. Hey, Adam, you know, back at Forbes magazine, we always learn there's term life insurance, where you just kind of place in a bet, and if you die, it pays off big. And there's whole life, and we were always taught whole life bad, term life good. Which are we talking about here?
Well, we're talking more on the whole life side, and I'll take it a step further. Universal life, or call it permanent insurance in general, these products are the internal rates of return over a 20-year period could be anywhere between 4 and 5% if they're with good quality companies. The industry itself is a AA industry, so we feel pretty good about parking clients' monies in these contracts.
Okay, Joe, you guys are clearly playing on market fears, right? If the markets weren't so bad, you couldn't even manage to get on CNBC to be selling us life insurance, could you?
Well, I suppose that's possible. The reality is, just as Adam mentioned, we're talking about 5 to 10% of our clients' portfolios in safe investments such as life insurance. So we're a big believer in the market. I'm not looking to scare clients. I'm just looking to talk about alternatives.
Okay.
Adam, do you worry, though, about some of the exposure that companies might have to some of the current problems? AIG obviously is a very kind of a different animal, but they are an insurance company, or part of them are, and they're having issues.
Well, general accounts, and this is what we're talking about, permanent life insurance policies. AIG is a little bit of a different animal because they have a property and casualty division, but a traditional life insurance company is limited by statutes as to how much money they can maintain in the stock market. And if I recall, it's about 20% in today's environment. So most of these portfolios are very conservative. A lot of treasuries, government bonds, some high-grade corporates as well. So we feel pretty comfortable that these returns are solid.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen, very much. Joe, Adam, a pleasure. Dennis, I'll see you again in just a second.
Okay.
Lots to talk about in the market today, as usual, so we have the markets covered for you minute by minute.